Guys, I know I said I would be on a little bit earlier, but didn't get a chance to. Hope everybody's having a good night. Hi, Lisa Michelle. It's good to see you. I actually got another picture to put on my background, and this is actually going to be more like an uh, open panel for anybody that wants to come on Zoom with me. So, how's your night going, Lisa Michelle? If anybody would like to come up on panel, you're more than welcome to. Just remember, I do have the authority to kick you out, though, so be careful. No trolls allowed up on panel. I'm doing good. Hi, Colleen. Paranormal is good to see you. If you'd like to come up, I have put the link in the chat. And we could chit chat for a little bit. I'm not going to stay on too long. Um, my computer was having issues earlier, trying to get Zoom to start. So hope you're doing okay, Colleen. I'm doing pretty good here. I'm just everything's kind of slowed down since it's in the middle of the night. It's 1:30 something here. So hi, Redbeard. How are you doing? You guys are more than welcome to come up. This is actually Zoom. So you guys are more than welcome to download the app. If y'all want to come up and spend some time up hanging out, you're more than welcome to. Hi, Anna Mendez. It is good to see you. You keep seeing me lurking back and forth. I'm looking at the chat over here, and then I'm looking also at some of my other things as far as Zoom. It tells me how my connection is. So I'm going to be bouncing around here and there. I hope you guys like my background I put up. That is cool. 8 concurrent viewers and 3 likes. I only see 3 likes. I think I'm going to use this as my background for my Christmas Magic of Christmas series. And if you guys hadn't seen that, that's where I talk about uh different different traditions that we use for Christmas time. I know a lot of times people wonder where they come from. And so I've been doing research and trying to get the best story for each little tradition. Like today was the story about the Christmas stocking, how it came about, how we use that as a tradition now in Christmas. And the the first one was actually about the um, mythical, legendary Krampus that would snatch children away that are too bad. So the next couple of ones are going to be interesting, and they're going to be one's going to be technically it's Wednesday here, so it'll be about 11, 12 o'clock my time for the next one, and then Thursday is going to be about the same time. I'm going to try to do these videos kind of consecutively, so that way we get kind of better so I could possibly get better views. Not only that, they're little shows. They're about 30 minutes to an hour long. Hi, Jenny, the fam. It is good to see you. Make sure my sound's off on my phone. And if anybody would like to come up, you're more than welcome to. There's the invitation. All you got to do is click the link, and I can get you up here on panel with me. And why is my thing blurry? That's a little odd. And hi, Jen. I've seen Jen earlier. Where did she go? Or I thought I've seen Jen. Did she disappear? Hi, Theory of a Blind Man. It is good to see you. Yeah, we're just kind of chit-chatting a little bit, trying to get some, wait a little bit to get some people in here because I do want to spread the word on on something that has happened tonight, and I want to help push this channel back to where it was. Give me just a second and I'll do a screen share. Might be a good idea if I pop out the chat. What do y'all think? Now, if it's going to load, that's a whole nother story. Hi, Brandon the Pinocchio. It's good to see you. like I said, you guys are more than welcome to jump on panel. It is Zoom that I'm using to live stream with right now. And I do have a background. I think I actually will like this better. And it's a Christmas themed background. It looks like a bunch of stars going down to down into the side to like the left side of the screen is uh, a Christmas tree decorated with red and gold with a whole bunch of Christmas presents and bells and whatnot. It's good to see you, Jenny. I'm glad you stopped by. Much love to you. Hi, Paranormal Voices. It is good to see you. Okay, now if I can remember how to share this thing. Okay, I'm going to share a channel that has been bopping back and forth tonight to hit 1K, and I do want to encourage you guys, if you have not checked this channel out, to please do so. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo. There it is. Christina Ghost Squad. What she does is she lives up in the Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey area. And she does paranormal. She kind of does explorations. She also has been doing some really excellent work with her videos. She does every once in a while she'll do a little story time. Like she's got paranormal exploration. She uses a start box sometimes, and she has other gadgets she uses, a little bit other equipment that she uses when she does the investigations. And not only that, she does it with her son, which is pretty unique. She's showing him the ropes as well. She's at 990 according to this. Let me try to refresh to make sure. And I will put the link also in the chat here in just a few minutes. Yeah, she's right at 990. She does talk about she does do live streams. She does do cards and whatnot, rods. And she also shows unboxings of different things that she does have on dolls. If anybody's interested in that sort of thing, sometimes she goes with another channel named Irish Whiskey on their panels, and they do have the haunted dolls showcased. And she does talk about what kind of things she has caught and experienced with these dolls. But you guys really do need to check her out if you haven't already. And if you have, please share it out. That she's getting close to her 1K again. It's been bopping back and forth all night. And I really want her to be able to hit the 1K. When you do hit the subscribe button, please go check out one of her videos, comment on it. Make sure you watch the full video if you have time, but watch as much of a video as you can. comment on it, ring the bell so you get notified, because she does do live streams, and when she drops any videos, which she has been doing pretty regular. So yeah, that's pretty much, all of it. Hi, Huntress of the Unknown. Hi, Libra's Rule. Hi, Nora, Northern Ohio Railroad Action. It is good to see y'all. We definitely want to try to get her numbers up. And like I said, she did already hit the 1K, but for some reason, you know how YouTube is. And she started dropping kind of fast. So I am definitely trying to push for her channel to hit 1K in its day. She deserves it. She definitely deserves it. She is a really hard worker when it comes to her videos, and she has a lot of fun doing it. She might scare herself silly here and there, but she knows that for her it's fun. And sometimes it gets serious, but she tends to have those. She does have jokes here and there to break all the scary seriousness of it. Yeah, definitely check her out. Much love to everybody. Hi, Don Brawls. Yes, Benny Loco, 1K and stay. There's just sometimes where the YouTube tends to think that they are spam accounts or useless accounts. So when you get so many at one time, it will knock them down. The ones that they are questioning, you will eventually see them come back, but it's going to take some time. I mean, it kind of happened to me, but it was only like that for maybe 5 minutes. I was at the 1,000 mark, and then I turned around and went down maybe 5, and then it went right back up, and then it started continuing to go up. That's why it's always important when you're going to a goal like that to try to hit at least 10 or above more than what you're wanting to hit the goal for, so that way it stays somewhat locked in. People that subscribe. Well, good night, Dawn. It's good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. And as a subscriber, I do want to encourage you guys, please make sure when you subscribe to a new channel, go watch a video, any video. Make a comment on it. Watch it as much as you can if you have the time, and ring the bell so that way you get notified when they come. They get another upload, another video, or a live stream or whatnot. Hi, Carol. It is good to see you. But yeah, I do want to try to help get Christina and Son Ghost Squad back up to where they were at. They did hit 1K earlier in the night, but then the YouTube decided to grab them. And I also want to encourage everybody, if you guys want to come up, I have Zoom. This is actually Zoom. There's the invitation below. And if you'd like to come up, just click on that. Make sure you download the app for it. And allow it to do its thing like it does in StreamYards, allow the camera, allow the microphone, and you're good to go. But it's so good to see y'all. I was really surprised. I was like, nobody's going to be around. Everybody's in other people's streams. But you need the link emailed to you. Okay. Oh yeah, Benny. I would when I would first hit mom. Um, when I hit my 1K on my birthday, it was kind of like, is it gonna stay? Is it seriously gonna stay? Okay, well, it's not gonna do that for me. Hi, Mama Lima. It's good to see you. You can't. Oh, okay. I understand that. I hope everybody's having a good night, Christina. I have been on edge, girl, about your channel. It's been kind of like a whack-a-mole situation. Hello, Eleni. You are muted. And you're quite welcome, Joy. I appreciated y'all sticking around and that happening for you guys. It made my night to be able to help people. Hi, Camping with Clammy. It's good to see you. Huh. I'm not sure why, but I can't hear you. I've tried to unmute you and it's not letting me, so I'm thinking you muted yourself. Hmm. That's awesome, Joy Sumter. It's good that you feeling that way. I'm glad that you were able to connect. Hmm. Melanie, on the bottom left hand corner should be a microphone. If you wanted to unmute yourself where the video is. I am not sure, but something's going on with that. Hey, Mrs. Sister Donna. There you
Well,
are.
it was muted for some reason, and I didn't have the other headset turned on. It helps if you turn it on. Okay. Here I was talking away.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, oh no, she's muted.
Yeah, I didn't even see that
Hey,
until.
Melinda. And thank you, Benny. I appreciate that.
There we go.
But yeah, I figured I'd go live for a little bit, try to promote Christina's channel. I mean, she hit 1K, and then the YouTube got a hold of her. That made me so mad. I was like, I'm still going to go live anyway. I'm going to try to push this. This is going to work, dang it.
Hey, Christina, have you gotten close yet, or gotten to 1,000?
Let's see. She already hit it earlier tonight, but then it dropped. She did, and then she dropped about 15 because of YouTube crap. Now she's climbing back up there. It seems like she's at 993. She was at 990 earlier.
But she still got there, right? I mean, that.
She'll get it back. I know. She does too good of a job on her videos for her not to get back up there.
Yes, she does.
It's snowing. Ooh. Make a snowman. Melinda's saying it's snowing up front. That's why I was like, make a snowman. Much love, Donna. Thank you for stopping by. She took the picture at 8:33 p.m.
Let me share this.
Yeah, she's at 993 now. You're getting close now, hun. So what you been up to tonight?
Me, went out to eat earlier, and I missed Ghost Dog's live stream. And then I came in and fell asleep for a while.
Oh, I definitely can relate. I fell asleep last night. I was supposed to go live last night for a little while, and I don't know, Sunday kind of wore me out. So much excitement happened on my Midnight Madness. There's a lot of people are kicking themselves because they missed that one. And I'm thinking, that was kind of a gem. It went from one thing to another thing, and then we had another thing happen, and it was just almost nonstop. There was something going on.
Well, I missed part of it. I fell asleep and then woke up for the last part. So I kind of thought, well, what happened? I had to go back and watch it, but this is well. It was.
Yeah, my internet's kind of slow, so you guys are going to have to be patient with me because it is kind of slow. Zoom is really good about slow internet, and it makes everything a lot clearer and it looks better, but it works a little bit better than StreamYards does. If y'all seen my past live streams with StreamYard, y'all would be able to tell the difference.
Oh, well, Christina, you're not far at all. So I didn't even realize she was under 1,000.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, Brother Brandon.
Oh crap, what's happening?
Good to see you or hear you.
Hey. Guessing you can't, can you hear me at least?
I hear somebody.
Hello? Oh shit, my camera's not working again. Ah,
Yes,
I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen.
predictable.
Why does this always happen to me every time?
My sweatshirt.
Let me see the link again and I'll rejoin. Where the hell is it? Zoom up. Ooh.
Hi, Todd.
Okay.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you.
That's good. At least you can hear me. I'm just trying to work out. I was hoping I can get my camera sorted. I actually wasn't gonna come up because I haven't showered or anything, and I'm just messy as hell. But I was just like, well, what's this Zoom thing? I've never seen it before, so I just went to try it out, and I've never came on any of your streams before. So
Well,
yeah.
I appreciate you coming up on mine.
Oh, thanks. Oh, you know who I am at least, or you do, right? Brandon the Pinocchio.
Oh yeah, the Pinocchio. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember it because I'm like, that part stands out. And when I seen Brother Brandon, I was like, what? Wait a second.
It's just my yeah, it's just my damn camera isn't showing, so I'm blind. Oh, everyone's. Let me see video. Oh, actually, I need to actually go and my food's like ready now.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good for you to stop by
Yeah.
on here.
Anyway, well, at least I got this thing sorted. I just need to fix up the mic. I mean, not mic. I need to fix up the other person that's in trouble with the mic. But I need to fix up the cam. But yeah, I'll come back another time. At least I just got it all sorted now, and I've never tried this thing before.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And I see for Fallen Angel, Elaine, and everyone in the chat. Take care.
You too.
All right,
I'll,
bye,
I'll,
Brandon.
I'll see you in Awesome Epic Adventures if you're there.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, you guys, that was Brandon the Pinocchio. I'm definitely open for newer people to come in the chat into the panel, just to get used to being on panel or being on a stream, and they're not used to it. I'm just like that because I know I needed kind of a good push when I first started live streaming, and the very first live stream I ever done was with Ghost Dog. And I didn't realize I was going to do, I didn't realize at the time I was going to meet up with him. And he pretty much said, well, do you want to do it on YouTube or Twitter? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Live stream, dummy. I don't know. It's up to you. He said, well, Twitter then.
What was his name again? Alan?
Do what?
No. The person who just came up, what was his name? His channel name?
It's Brandon the Pinocchio.
I've seen that name elsewhere, but I have. Okay, good.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I always see him in chat all over the place, especially around Awesome Epic. Hey Todd Hill, I'm doing just fine. Been kind of bebopping around to different live streams, I feel like I did on Sunday when we were going through helping Amanda out, being supportive of Amanda when she hit her 1K. And yeah, this to me, this is really exciting. This is one of the things I love to do. And when I finally get the community, what is it called? The community thing where I could share out other people to help, show where I'm at or promote somebody's channel. I can do that in that community page. And that's normally what I do on Twitter anyway. So I just got an extra thing to help push other people out too. I love trying to help other people out. I love trying to promote. I think one of the best things I was told I would be good at is advertising. But yeah, anybody and everybody's welcome to come up on panel. I'm not picky. I just want to make sure that you're not a troll. Because I get leery about that stuff. But you guys are more than welcome to come up. And why is my camera blurring again? Is there a little man in there messing with my camera?
I hope not. It's Ghost Dog.
Yeah, Ghost Dog might be messing with it. I get that way, Joy, about multitasking. It's like I get so wrapped up in things, and there I go again. Well, part of my head in the background. Come on. Oh, I disappeared there for a second. Hi, Anthony. Would you like to come up on here? This is Zoom. Everybody's welcome to come up if they want to come up and chit chat. Let me check her numbers real quick. Yeah, everybody sees me. I'm bebopping back and forth in the cameras where I'm trying to look through at the computer around my microphone. If y'all seen my setup, y'all be like, how in the hell does she see everything? She gained one more subscriber. Cool.
How could they take it away? Did they not give you credit for hitting 1K, Christina?
Well, what they're doing is they're checking to make sure that they are legit channels and not somebody just swarming her.
Yeah.
Just kind of throwing her out there, and it makes YouTube look at her channel as far as the subscribers. Thank you, Benny. I appreciate that. You guys, if y'all have not seen anybody else in these chats or somebody newer in the chat, go check them out. But please come back. But yeah, I would greatly appreciate if you checked everybody out, and if you like their content, subscribe. Fallen is hosting a Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Yeah. Interesting. Thank you, Todd. I do appreciate it. Every share share on social media will help get her to her goal and stick to it. And it's getting to where with YouTube, it's not enough just to hit subscribe and ring the bell. You have to actually watch a video or a good portion of the video, and then make a comment, leave a comment with her, and because they're getting to the point where they say if you hit too many subscribes, like you subscribe to too many people, then you get supposedly marked as spam.
You have a raid.
And so they take away that subscribe. It's kind of weird. I've seen people make comments on mine, but then they turn around and say, "Oh, I thought I hit that subscribe button." Well, YouTube must have took it away. Because, I mean, they commented right the thing. I'm new here. I'm being like Ray Charles. Cool. Oh, I got a raid. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Coin Collector. Okay, let's see. Hi, Coin Collector, Ohio. And Tonic Exempt. I'm sorry, I still can't pronounce your name exactly right. I'm sorry if I killed it. Oh, awesome epic. Hello. It wasn't me who rated you. Nancy Jones, Donna, and Nora. Hello. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. For some reason, they keep saying my internet's unstable, and so I stopped for a second to see if it's going to stay. It's being weird today.
1997.
Thank you so much, awesome epic. I appreciate it. Much love to you, awesome epic adventures. I do appreciate it. Oh, she hit it again, guys. She just hit that 1K again. Let's try to push her up a little bit more still. Because after what happened earlier, I don't trust that's going to stick. I'm sorry, but I feel like it's going to go back down. Yeah, Joy, I think part of it is the weather. It downpoured here earlier. And yes, congratulations, Christina. And I know if everybody shares it out, you're definitely going to get more subscribers. Yay! I'm so happy. Ooh, somebody went live. And awesome epic is live too, so cool. Jared Shelton, hello. Thank you for coming and thank you for the raid. Awesome Epic. I appreciate it. Wow.
Hello, Carol. Joy.
And I know I hit my heater. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. My heater, I thought I turned it on. You're so welcome, Christina. And like I said, you do deserve that. I mean, you work really hard on your videos and your streams. It has been 55 here today, and it's supposed to be down to like 39 sometime early in the morning. It's like about 8 o'clock. Pretty much right before the sun comes completely up, it's supposed to hit like 39. And it started getting chilly. I didn't know where the breeze was coming from. Noticed that the heater stopped. And Christina, I don't blame you because of what happened earlier. It was like she was at 1K for a good 10 minutes or so, from what I was told, and then she dropped pretty quickly because of YouTube. Hi, Erica Thorpe. It is good to see you. If you guys would like to come up and join the conversation up here on the panel, you are more than welcome to. Yeah, Libra, you might want to slow down just a little bit. Now, Christina, we can't see it past the 1K until it starts getting into like the tens, like 10, 1010, 1020. That's all we could see is the 1K. So you just do what you can to keep up with it. There is another person that has gone live. Her name is Benny Loco. And I've thought about going to raid her, but I'm not sure. Because she is a really awesome, cool chick.
She is. I think she needs her numbers up too, I think.
Let's see. Yeah, she needs her. She definitely needs hours up too, from what I was told. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it would be a good clip for the top 5. Carol, I got to sleep sometimes this week. You should go ahead and rest, girl. I don't know. I know I kind of made Ghost Dog actually go to sleep. For a couple of nights, he'd been having a hard time sleeping, and I pretty much complained at him until he finally's like, "Yes, mom." You know how he does when he gets fussed at, and he knows I'm right too. Yeah, I agree, Erica. Benny Loco is such a sweetheart. And finally, Ghost Dog actually got a good amount of sleep last night. So he went to bed early so he could get up at 6 to start his dreaded day. If anybody is wondering, something happened at work with Ghost Dog, and he is having to deal with it today. And this starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, he's going to have to deal with it, and he is supposed to also deal with the doctor. He's supposed to go get a physical, and he's been worried about it. So y'all keep him in your prayers today.
Yeah, I haven't watched his or much of his live stream today. I haven't been able to catch, but I don't think he knew much except he's having a meeting in the morning.
Yeah, his due to the fact of the weather, I think the weather had something to do with it because the way he was talking, the what he calls the fifth wheel is like the where the pin is supposed to go for the trailer to hook the trailer onto the truck so he can take off with it. Something about that, like if snow hit that fifth wheel and it got into the right spot, it would act like it's locked in the pin so he could take off with it safely. If the snow hits in there and he doesn't know that it's there, it can um, make it to where it looks like it's locked out, like it slid out for no reason. And he's really thinking that due to that weather could be the reason why that happened to him. And he really is, he feels like he's in a good position. He's been really respectful, been on top of this the entire time that he's been dealing with this. So he's kind of like, I'm not, I am confident to a point, but but the thing is, he does know he didn't do anything wrong. So whether or not they fire him, he's still got it in his head because he thought about it. You know how you make a mistake and it's like a big mistake at work? Like you think about it over and over again until you deal with the situation. That's kind of what he was doing. He was like, I know I've done exactly everything I'm supposed to do. So he's really confident in that. Oh man, Todd. So I hadn't heard or seen Ghost Dog, so I'm pretty sure that he's actually fell asleep. I got onto him because sleep actually helps with stress level too. It helps mellow your mood out and it helps get you refocused on what you need to focus on. When you lose a lot of sleep especially over a certain amount of time, you tend to get more anxious, more emotional about things, and your mind goes all over the place and you can't really focus that well. And I tell him, you really need to sleep, you need to get your focus back, and you need to make sure that you're ready for this doctor's appointment you got. And he's like, oh, shut up. He's like, damn it, leave me alone.
Yeah, I hope he is getting some rest.
Yeah, I think the last time he had something happen, he was in his KW. I think it's called Kensworth truck. And for some reason, there was some kind of recall on that because the fifth wheel had a tendency to fail. And I'm like, why did they give you a defective truck? And that one was mechanical failure and it wasn't his fault. Hi, Pammy. It's good to see you. Hold on just a second, guys. Parental figure woke up. Let's see. Hi, Mugsy. It's good to see you. Oh. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Anybody would like to come in on the panel, you're more than welcome to. I do have my camera off for temporarily. I'm not sure, Erica. I'm not too sure. So what's been going on with you, Melanie? Everything been going good?
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of the rain.
I know. I guess we're gonna have to build Noah's Ark again.
Yeah, like down the Yadkin River into South Carolina, I guess. Yep, I'm ready for some sunshine.
I'm ready for some sunshine and some crisp air. Not none of this. Looks like it's gonna snow. You know.
Oh, is it cold enough up out your way?
Well, it's gonna be like 39. It'll be close enough to it. I'm so just aggravated. It's supposed to get down to 27 tomorrow night, from what it was saying on my weather thing.
Well, that's definitely about the right temps.
Yeah, it's gonna sound like a waterfall, sort of like a slight waterfall going, because when it hits the 20s, we already figure it's gonna end up being gonna freeze the pops type of situation.
I'm not sure what it's supposed to be below around here. Where did my phone go? There's no telling. Couldn't have traveled very far. I heard it a while ago. It might still be in my pocketbook.
Oh, it snowed in Tennessee, Mugsy?
Yep.
Sometimes I don't understand why my camera is acting the way it is. It'll focus and then stop focusing. Weird.
My computer is not acting right. I can't copy links right now. It's a touch screen and a laptop, and I have it on touch screen mode, and
Oh man.
I changed it over earlier into laptop mode in my keys, which I never hardly ever use it that way. In the keys, I press like R and I get a number 1 come up, and I'm like, this is not right. And then it updated earlier, so I may be taking it. I've got extended warranty on it. I may be taking it in and not sending it in.
Technology, man. Sometimes it can be a blessing and sometimes it can be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and it's about a year old, and the virus protection is about to run out, so that keeps popping up, wanting me to renew it. But I can get virus protection free through Spectrum, and I won't have to pay $60 for it, and so I'm not wanting to renew it yet. So I don't know if they're biggering up something to make me want to buy the protection again, which I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, if you've got Spectrum, you shouldn't have to worry about the actual program that's on the computer. It should already have something where you got it through Spectrum.
Yeah, they gave me free virus protection, but I bought virus protection last year from when I bought the computer, and it's the same virus protection, but I'm not going to buy. I don't have to buy it now, but they're wanting me to buy it. And so it keeps popping that ad up.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they're trying to get more money out of me. The virus protection isn't. So
Oh man,
because it's about to run out.
Well, I'm hoping that gets straightened out. The way I have to do it on my computer is because I do have a different antivirus. Is I'll say no, not right now, or ask me later, and I put off the one so the other one will kick in.
Well, I may have to call Spectrum to figure out what I need to do. Do I need to uninstall their version so I won't keep getting the pop-ups and download Spectrum, or how do I need to do that? I mean, because I don't want it to keep popping up.
Well, that's true.
It's the same company. It's McAfee, but I bought it last year. I didn't know I don't think they were offering it free last year. But now, I've got to find out how to work around that so I won't keep getting that pop up, because they're going to want me to buy it.
Hi, Erica and Colleen.
Hey, Fallen. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm still playing around with Zoom. It's pretty funny. The last time
Yeah, I
had it.
noticed. Go ahead.
Last time
Sorry.
we had it was just like the backgrounds. We played with the backgrounds like forever. Ghost Dog had a couple of good funny backgrounds. I wish I would have screenshot those.
Oh, the toilet one? That was a good one.
Yeah. And then he started, I was like, Ghost Dog. I was about to smack him down in the basement.
Yeah, you were.
I was like, now damn it.
That was a good one, though. How are you, Colleen and
I'm
Melanie?
Good.
Hi, is this Nicolette?
It's Erica Thorpe.
Oh, I haven't heard. Don't think I've heard her voice before. Hello, Erica, and hello, Colleen.
Hi. So what are we all doing?
Just chit chatting a little bit. I'm still wanting to promote Christina and Sons just because she already had the issue of where she did hit the 1K and then it dropped all of a sudden, like 15.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah, I'm trying to give her that little buffer right there. So that way, if she does drop any, it's not going to go below 1K.
Yeah, where are we at right now? What's the current count?
It was still at 1K when I shared her back on the chat. She would have to tell me a specific, if she can, tell me a specific number. So that way we have an idea.
Yeah, I can't see the chat because I'm actually on my phone. So that would mean I get to go out of here. But hey, Christina.
Christina Sons Go Squad. She is a
I know.
lovely person.
She is. She's the sweetest.
Well, I hope it's fixed this time. I mean, that's kind of.
Christina Sons, why in the heck you're not up here?
Yeah, seriously.
Well, maybe come down in that chat and kick your butt up here.
Hi, Hamilton Homegrown. It's good to see you.
Uh-oh, but does that mean that there's no mods in the chat if we're all up here? I just thought about that.
Oh, y'all are good. I'm sitting here watching. I could wing smack a few of them off if it gets too bad.
Holding 1K, Christina Son says. And then Pammy Clyde said, let's get 20 more. Laugh out loud. Does it show you on dashboard?
Well, on Zoom, it doesn't tell me specifically who's in there. I have to go through the studio to figure out who's watching and who's pretty much hanging around.
Gotcha.
So let me try to do that real quick, actually.
Hold on 1 minute.
Christina, you can actually come up here without having to be on camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, Christina's still down in the chat. She's a mod for me, so.
Although I don't see why my picture isn't up. Do you guys see a picture? Like my normal picture?
No, that's why I didn't know who you were.
That's weird.
I have no clue. I mean, I'm new to this, so I don't know what kind of settings I need to put this on. So it's still a kind of like a work in progress, learning how to do this with Zoom. And to answer your question in the group chat on Zoom, no, they don't see it on the chat in there. So
gotcha.
It's like Zoom is a separate entity. Somehow it just connects to YouTube. The bad part is I have not figured out how to end the stream to where I don't have to go back into YouTube to actually end the stream.
Well, to leave the stream itself, you go to leave meeting, and then a box comes up saying, do you want to leave all the meetings at once? You click on that, and it shuts you off completely. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anytime that if you have the three dots right next to where leave meeting at, you could go up on that and it says YouTube leave, and then you could end there too.
Oh, okay. All right, that's cool.
Yep. Just make sure don't click on it. I know you're checking it out. Make sure it's there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna click on it.
That's all we need.
We're trying to be careful.
I know Zoom. When I first got Zoom, it was kind of complicated a little bit, and then after a while, I kept using it a little bit more. It comes naturally. So, gotta take your sweet time on it. I'm sorry, I'm drinking coffee. I just got my Christmas tree today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I got 9 people up in the house. That's pretty cool.
There it is.
Oh, and you decorated too. That's awesome.
I had to go outside into my basement to get the bulbs.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's cold down there. I don't want to go down there.
Yeah, well, I got sent to a last minute trip to Target going, our light bulbs don't work. Hurry up. I'm like, okay. And mind you, there was close to no light bulbs left at Target.
Everybody's decorating.
Yeah. I mean, there was pretty much no stock. I had to deal with whatever was left over. So we got what we got.
That's the reason why I like it. Just before Christmas, grab what you need. And then like right after Christmas, the Christmas sales go up. That's where you get the cheapest stuff. I mean,
exactly. Yeah. You get like 50% off, and you know, you can always use it for next year.
Mm-hmm. I always stock up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually got the Christmas stockings last year after Christmas, and they're really cute. They just have everyone's initial on it, and they're red velvet. They're really nice, and I got them for I think $2 at Michael's.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was super affordable. I like had to.
I know. I used to work in healthcare. I would always tell my the people I was taking care of, I'm like, look, guys, if y'all really good for the Christmas holiday, the day after Christmas, we're going shopping.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean we're going shopping? We shouldn't be around a whole lot of people. I said, don't you want them sales? Don't you want to get some neat little stuff that's really cheap? And they're like, yeah. I was like, best thing to do is go right after Christmas. That's your second wave of Christmas for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yep. Oh my God, all the chocolate, all the wrappers everywhere in the house. Because that's what they mainly went after was chocolate. Some of them got some sensible items. You know, Walmart does like sales for clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
But most of it was just chocolate. That's all they were after was chocolate.
Hey, I love chocolate, so that'd probably be me too. Anytime I see chocolate.
Hamilton Homegrown is just take your neighbor's lights. They're just leaving them outside. They clearly don't care. Let's go down to Tanglewood Park Festival of Lights and steal theirs.
Our neighbors leave. It's really funny because we live in an HOA area and they're supposedly really strict, but for one reason or another, these neighbors get away with it year round. I kid you not.
Oh no.
I wish I was joking. Year round.
Oh gosh. I think
crazy.
some up. They just don't take them down, but they usually don't turn them on.
One year, for some reason, my mom just didn't want to take down the Christmas tree, and I kept fussing at her that, I wanted to keep it up longer than just Christmas. Well, she's like, all right. She left it up like past Easter. It was almost summertime before we took it down
Oh
one
my
year.
goodness, was it real?
Huh?
Was it a real tree?
No, it was a fake tree, but still, it was like
Okay.
cheese,
It just loses its meaning after a while, doesn't it? It becomes a,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
people use. I had a boss that loved to make different holiday trees using Christmas trees. Like Easter, have Easter eggs and bunnies and all kinds of stuff on the tree. And I'm like, I'm tired of seeing the same tree. Can't we please change it up a little bit?
My doctor's office actually does that. Now that you say that,
Mm-hmm.
they decorate a tree depending on the holiday. That's funny. I didn't realize that up until you said that. But yeah, they always have this one tree in the corner that's, either Easter, Halloween,
4th of
Thanksgiving.
July. Oh my God, 4th of July is weird. Red, white, and blue all over, and then you got flags hanging everywhere, and then you got stars. They had hand painted stars and stuff put up, and I was like, oh my God, are these trees ever gonna leave?
Oh, that's
Nope.
funny. Oh, I guess they like Christmas that much,
Yeah, that's true.
There is such thing. People are really OCD. They gotta leave the tree up.
I've seen episodes of some kind of thing where it's just Christmas is almost year round for them. Their whole entire house is decorated Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like a big old Santa Claus workshop thing throughout the whole house. Got little North Pole Village stuff going on everywhere, and I'm like, that would drive me nuts.
I'm trying to think of the name of the show. I know what you're talking about. Wasn't it like on TLC, I think? Oh God, now it's gonna bug me.
Sorry.
It's like one of those like the TV shows. You're exactly right, Fallen, where they have like obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
And the whole house was it was like Christmas threw up. I totally remember.
I was thinking that term a while ago, Erica. Christmas threw up, yeah.
Hey, if you see my house, it's a miniature North Pole right now. My kids are so into Christmas, and it's so hard for me to say no. But
Well, I can understand it with kids and everything, but these are like adults that don't have kids, and it's just like, I mean, I understand the magic and wonder of Christmas time and how it kind of does change people's moods to get into that spirit to decorate and whatnot.
Yeah.
But to have it up 24/7, I think that's a little too much. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I hate taking it down. Oh my God, it's hours.
Yeah.
Seems to take it a lot longer to take it down and pack it away than to put it up.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you have those ornaments that, have been passed down through generations, and you have to be super careful and putting them, in bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our tradition every year was when we did have the room for a Christmas tree and all that good stuff was on my birthday. We would actually have a Christmas story playing in the background while me and my sister were decorating the tree on my birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
like my birthday's exactly 3 weeks before Christmas. So it's like a big countdown between my sister's birthday than mine because we're a year and 3 weeks apart. And
Oh,
so
okay.
so it's like, okay, 6 weeks till Christmas. Then my birthday comes. Oh God, it's 3 weeks to Christmas.
It's always the countdown, though. It always sneaks up on you every year, I swear.
That's why I went ahead. Somebody was saying how time flies. So I was like, oh yeah, by the way, even though it's my birthday, it's also 3 weeks before Christmas. You're welcome, guys.
Oh man, I know. I still have so much shopping to do.
Oh, well, I do too. For my son.
Yeah, I don't get to because I don't have a job. I don't have a way to give, like that. But I try to do, for homemade things if I can do it. Since I'm able to do videos, I would be more into doing like video cards, try to send
There
them to
you go.
people and whatnot. And, just trying to do my best with what I got. We used to do a lot of, like giving to kids for Christmas time. Like the Toys for Tots and whatnot.
Hmm.
It just makes us feel better when we go shopping for toys and stuff. I don't know, it just makes me feel better. But of course, now that I don't have a job, it's kind of like, I feel like a bum. But oh well. Like I said, homemade stuff is probably the best thing I could do.
Hey, and those are sometimes the best gifts. I have a actual ornament that one of my best friends made me, and I still have it up. And she said it was the easiest thing. She went to Michael's, grabbed a piece of whatever type glass that she wanted, and she just used a hot glue gun and went at it. And it's one of the most beautiful pieces on my tree. Like, I love putting it up every year.
Oh,
What I do,
So I
what I
love homemade stuff.
what I do is when like friends or relatives send me like Christmas cards, I would do is I'll poke a little hole in it and just hang it up on my tree.
that's cool.
Ah. My cousin actually started doing this, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Is her Christmas cards that she gets, she places them on a wall. She has a dedicated wall, but she puts them in a shape of a tree, and she starts filling in a tree. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. My mind was blown when I
That's
saw that.
awesome.
I bet that's pretty.
It's very pretty. Yeah. Then again, she's popular. She has a lot of people that like send her Christmas cards. Me, on the other hand, I get like 3.
I get one or maybe 2, and then I'll just like poke a hole, put a little hook on it, and just put it right up on my tree.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
One thing that I always done, especially in the doing my own Christmas trees and whatnot for healthcare field, what I would do is I would turn empty cigarette box packs into like a little box for like candies and whatever. Like I'd fill them up with candy, tape it shut, and then I wrap it up like a little Christmas present and stick them on the tree.
Aw, that's
And-
cool too.
And there has been times I've had extra and I would hide them in the house. While they weren't looking, I would hide them in the house so that way, they might run up on it and be like, oh, what's this? Get a little surprise even after Christmas unwrapping is over with.
Oh, that's cool.
Happy birthday, Exploring with Spooky Snazzy. It's her birthday
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes, happy
Aw,
birthday.
happy birthday.
It sucks that you have to work, but at least you gonna be making some money, get to spend for your birthday.
Hamilton says I'm making a donation to the human. Well, I lost my place. To the Human Fund in this channel's name. What's the Human Fund? That's a new one to me. Happy Festivus.
Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Jan's Life Journey. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Jen's life journey.
Oh, that's cool, Hamilton Homegrown.
Yep, that's right, Todd Hill. Our military people are not home yet from overseas, so it's gonna be tough on the family.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Christina, you have to work later today because it is tomorrow.
It's your birthday, and you cry, you want to cry, you want to.
I like what Christina said. Candies on Christmas tree, dangerous. Yeah, if I put them up any earlier than when I start putting out presents for people, then yeah, those things get gone pretty quick. I'd be like, where did everybody's little presents on the tree go? We kind of ate them already. Dang it.
Well, then that means that they peaked,
Yeah.
which is another big no-no.
Do you remember when we were kids, we used to be so fascinated what we're going to get for Christmas, and we'll sit there and try to sneak in there and try to look at our Christmas presents?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
ruin it. That really ruins it.
Hi,
I used
Jake
to want this
Renfro.
Barbie so bad. I remember it was like a princess Barbie. She was all pink and she had this real pretty sparkly crown. And I wanted it so bad. And I didn't get it till after Christmas.
I remember one Christmas we didn't get a whole lot that year for some reason. The tree, the Christmas prices underneath the tree wasn't as much as I thought it was supposed to be, I guess, at that time. And we were kind of like, we weren't like upset about it. We were happy with what we got, but we were kind of like, oh, you know.
Mhm.
And what happened was we were in the living room, and my mom was like, well, you need to go get you something to drink. You know, you've been up for a couple hours playing around with what you got underneath the tree. Why don't you go get you something to drink? I was like, okay. Me and my sister go in there in the kitchen, and what happened was my parents had got me and my sister both a little desk to like do our homework and to play around on, you know, crafts and whatnot. Me and her each got a little desk, and in the desk there's this little cabinet drawer thing, and that was filled with presents too. That was a big surprise. I was like, seriously?
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was a big gotcha moment. I wish my parents had a camcorder and recorded that because the look on my face was probably priceless.
Good night, Redbeard.
Good night, Red Bear.
Have a good night, Redbeard. Thank you for stopping by.
Just be careful out there.
Yes, please be careful.
Hamilton Homegrown said, "Ooh, I found my mom's vibrator while snooping for my gift."
Oh God.
Laughing.
See, that's one thing I would never want to find.
No.
That would be kind of scary. Be like, Mom, what is this thing right here?
Daughter, you don't want to know. That's for Mama. But Mom, did Daddy love you? Daughter and son. Yeah, he does love me, but I gotta have something else too.
Oh yeah. I guess I'm one of the lucky few that never got to witness that. Thank God. I think I would have died.
I'm always the one that in my family, I'm the oldest one than my two brothers. And every year my parents like, we're not gonna have too much for Christmas presents. And I always sit there and tell my parents at the time, I'm like, don't worry about me, you could get me later. Just worry about the boys. Because at the time they're a little bit younger than me.
Yeah.
So I sit there, I'm like, you always could get me later. Just get my brother something.
Aw. See, I have a 13-year-old daughter, and my boys are 5 years old. So, believe it or not, she believed that Santa was real up until 2 years ago. So,
Really?
yeah, this past year, last Christmas was her first year that she actually got to like help us, with the presents and pretend to be Santa and everything. She's like, this is so much fun. You mean you get to do this every year? I'm like, it's not that much fun when you do it every year and you have to, keep up the act. It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, just sit there and listen to your kids all year round saying, "Oh, I want this, I want that, I want this," and you're like,
Mhm.
"Okay." And then most parents bust their butt, make sure they have enough money to come up with their presents.
Yeah. And that whole Elf on the Shelf thing now that came out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was one overachieving mom that came up with that idea, is all I have to say. I mean, that was crazy to have to move that thing every night and remember every night. Like, dude, there's been nights where I just pass out and my kids wake up the next morning and they're like, Mom, how come the elf is still there? Does it mean that Santa isn't going to know that we're good? I'm like, quick, Erica, be creative.
He took a nap when you took a nap too.
Yeah, like, I'm like, darn it. Like, what else? They're going to have little spy cams now? I don't know. I think they take it too far sometimes.
Sister used to beat me and the other sister up, make us tell her what she got for Christmas.
Oh,
Me and my
that's-
sister, we were downright mean to each other. We'd pull pranks on each other and then snoop through our stuff trying to figure out, did they get me something for Christmas? Yeah, me and her were little devils growing up. But one of the biggest things that we ever got for Christmas actually was a Super Nintendo. And my mom actually
Ooh.
told us, and this is when it first really come out. I think it was like a year or two afterward, actually, because it was like on a big Black Friday sale when it was actually a Black Friday, not Thanksgiving. And she went over to the store, to Walmart, and got us a Super Nintendo for Christmas, and we played that thing until it died. Like, it just quit working. I mean, we played it hours on end. That was probably the biggest gift that we ever really got for Christmas. That and the
That's
Nintendo
awesome.
64. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I remember begging my mom for one, and she's like, "Who are you going to play with?" Because I was the only child at the time.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I played a lot of games by myself. At least you had someone to play with.
Oh, we would get enough arguments. You cheated. You can't cheat on this. What the hell, man?
I had a sister that was 20 months older than me, and then I had two older sisters and an older brother. And so it's like she would tell Molly, she was 20 months older than me, would tell me, "Oh, you can't do this till you get to the age I was." I mean, really, there was so much competition about what I could do and how, and I can remember us getting into arguments, and my mom would say, "You get in that room and you get in that one, and don't you come out until I tell you to." So, but why is my
But yeah, actually, having the game actually kind of stopped us from fighting so much, because we would actually fight over our computer, and there's only one way. One person can actually use it at a time. There wasn't a 2-player games and stuff then, and we'd fight over that. And then once we got the Super Nintendo, me and my sister took it over, and like my parents wanted to play, but my mom was too skittish to play with us, and my dad, after being told that we wanted to play, like the minute that we opened it, Dad wanted to play, and we're like, "No, you can't. We want to play it." Blah blah blah. And us being excited. Then he still brings that up to this day, that we refuse to let him play that Super Nintendo.
Oh, he was hurt. He still remembers that.
Yeah, he's one of them that likes to hold grudges. But we try to look at it this way: we were kids, we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
It can be looked at as we were being mean. Hi, Wild Edibles. Good to see you.
You just wanted to play with your present. That's it.
Yeah. And
I mean,
he definitely got a video game for that Super Nintendo, and he did not want to play it after that. So it's just sitting there collecting dust. I feel bad, but we actually played it until the console died. And we had so many games, like I think there's one called Earthbound. That took hours to play. And I'm like, we actually get to the end like 2 different times. Me and my sister both actually went through it differently, and she actually had to help me with my game because I got stuck several times.
my favorite was Donkey Kong. That game was so much fun to play.
I love Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Mario RPG. Legend of the Seven Stars.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that game. That game got tore up over me and my sister playing it. Jeez. And then we argue over it. I'm gonna get to it first. No, I am. Bitch. You know, we were rotten kids. We were rotten to each other growing up. But it was all more like sisterly, this is normal type of thing. It's not like we were doing it out of being mean.
All right, Vaughn. I'm gonna head back down into the chat. I'll see you guys later. It's nice
All right.
meeting you guys up
Okay.
here.
You too. Good night, Colleen.
Good night,
Good night.
Colleen.
Good night, Vaughn. Love you, sweetie.
I love you too. Ba-dum-bum.
And it's down to 3. Is Christina still in the chat? She should get up here.
Yeah, she's still in the chat.
Come on, Christina. Do it for Erica, who's never in a panel. I called you out. Well, I hope her subscribers stay because she does put out some really cool videos.
Yeah, she does. And I mean, she's always got something interesting going on when she does live streams. And like I said, she's got different equipment that she uses. She does cards. She's one of those that just, you know, when she does live streams, she includes everybody. She doesn't make anybody feel bad. I know there are some channels that may not mean to, but they do end up making people feel like they don't really belong there. But her channel, you feel included.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's just a lot like mine. I'm just kind of like laid back, hanging out, whatever. It's the same one with Christina's.
And she's the sweetest. I mean, she's
Yeah,
someone
definitely.
she's someone I could totally see myself hanging out with, having a glass of wine.
Yeah. And Christina, the reason why you probably do not see her is because she doesn't have her video up. When the video is off, it doesn't even show the name of the person that's in the panel. It just, you can still hear their voice, but Erica Thorpe is here in the panel.
Oh, are they talking about me?
Yeah, Christina's like, I don't even see her. Where is she?
Oh.
Mom
It's magic, Christina. It's magic.
had hidden the gifts so well that she had forgotten where she put them.
My mom's done that too. There's like 1 or 2 gifts that like would go hunting for something else. And I'd be like, Mom, what was this? Oh shit. That was supposed to be your Christmas present last year, and this is like July, August after the Christmas. And I'm like, Mom.
Whoops.
She's like, Merry Christmas, so late. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's a good one.
We'll have to sneak up there where she works and go order some coffee and see if she knows. You don't know who I am?
Libra, I will get it 3 years later for a birthday gift. I know that's happened to several people. I know my cousin, when she was 5 years old, I've been told this story several times. One of my cousins, I think it was her first. She was in kindergarten, and what she picked up on was, she got gifts, decent amount of gifts for Christmas. But when she would go back to school, she realized even though these kids that were good people didn't really get anything for Christmas. And she pretty much said, I don't believe that there is a Santa Claus, because why would somebody overlook these people and they're good people? And so she stopped believing,
Aw.
which kind of makes sense, is she was really smart. She's still smart now, but she was really smart back then. And so I'm like, well, you can't really answer for something, something like that. And I felt so bad for my aunt, because my aunt was so gung ho about the Santa Claus thing.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to make sure Santa Claus was part of the tradition. And 5 years old, she done figured out Santa Claus done got outed in that house.
Oops.
Don't be embarrassed, Joy. You look good. Heck, I don't feel like I'm always looking good myself.
What happened with Joy?
She's like, she said, come on, Erica, show yourself. You know what my daughter did to me on Fallen Stream the other night? Hannah was on the panel and she turned the camera on me. I was so embarrassed. She looked good.
I would have kicked her butt though. Oh, I'm with you, Joy. Unfortunately, I'm just not a fan of cameras.
I'm getting used to cameras.
Yeah, maybe it's a time thing, I also didn't like being on panels, but slowly but surely, I'm weaning myself in.
It can get addictive, by the way. Once you
Uh-oh.
start being able to get on other people's panels, it can be very addictive, because it's like just a big video conference thing. And
Yeah.
you get to interact with so many people. To me, it's fun. To some people, it's like really nerve-wracking, especially if you're hosting, because you got to figure out what's going on where at the same time.
True.
Hosting can be a lot harder than people realize if they're not paying attention or not tech savvy.
Yeah, I don't know if I would ever be able to have my own stream. That's a fear all in itself.
One good thing to do is just like what you're doing now. You're not on video, but you're on mic. And
Yeah.
slowly get used to that first. And then every so often, wherever you feel the most comfortable, go ahead and start showing video from time to time.
True. All right.
So kind of ease yourself on in as best as you can. I mean, like my streams, they're all laid back. I don't, if it gets stressful, I'm like, I'm fixing to boot y'all. No arguing up here, no judging, no treating people like crap.
Yeah. Well, that's the main thing, is how do you referee a panel?
Yeah.
What, they get arguing or something?
Well, if it gets too bad, I can mute people. And if they get offended by it, I can always boot them off of the panel.
There you
Out
go.
you go. Well, Todd, you can come up and talk. You don't have to be on camera.
Oh, cool. So I'm like the Wizard of Oz. No one can see me. but you can hear me.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like talking on the phone.
And I understand that too, Wild Edibles. He says he still believes in Santa. Very important when kids
Awesome.
were growing up. The Santa Fund had help. I still um I still believe in the fact of giving. But the thing is, giving should not just be necessarily just for Christmas. It should be
No name up there or anything.
yeah.
They're under an alias, and nobody don't know who you are. That'll be fun, a mystery test.
Yeah, a mystery guest. And see, sometimes I forget I can see who it is that pops up, but the chat is not gonna see what's going on. Excuse me. And I'm refreshing to see where she's at.
Oh my goodness, Joy. That's, I can't imagine.
Am I connected again? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think you're connected.
Okay.
You should be still connected. That's what it says on here.
All right. Well, I can hear you guys now. Before I couldn't. I'm like, what did I do?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Joy. That really sucks. That's true, Christina. I don't believe in the retail. You got to spend the money, got to spend the money. But what is interesting, and this is something I will talk about more in depth, is Saint Nicholas. People talk about Saint Nicholas being the same, almost the same person as Santa Claus. But Saint Nicholas is considered the patron saint of merchants and of children, if that makes any kind of sense. It's that interesting fact is like it's almost like we're supposed to, I guess, kind of celebrate in the fact that we do have the ability to go out and actually buy gifts for people and whatnot. The retail thing, that's partly why Christmas is so big. Is the fact that Saint Nicholas is supposed to be, the biggest, one of the bigger icons. And in my Magic of a Christmas, this is the kind of thing I am going to really be talking about. I'm going to wait closer to Christmas to actually talk about Santa Claus and Saint Nick and all that stuff.
I'll be paying close attention to those because I don't really know the difference. I mean, growing up in a, Mexican, Italian household, you just grow up with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So I never really heard of Saint Nick until, my older years, where at that point I no longer believed in Santa Claus. So I never got the full understanding of it.
Right.
Oops.
I'm sorry, Joy. She had to go through that. That's just not something any child should have to deal with.
Not, no child should have to deal with that. That must, and I don't doubt that actually. I have no doubt in my mind that changed her.
Yeah, and Todd, I understand. I mean, I haven't been through that, but I can understand why you feel that way. And I just wish things in this country were different, where people got the help they needed.
Yeah. My opinion, went through healthcare. So the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I understand that there is such a need to be more prominent when it comes to like the mental health aspect. More than anything, like it should be one of the priorities. And it's not. And if you worked in healthcare or mental health, you would see things downsizing. The last, I'd say about 8 of the 10 years that I had been working in healthcare, I seen mental health reduced. And people that were being taken care of in facilities were, it was all right to have them out in the community and whatever. A lot of them have to be supervised. But those were pretty strict during those 10 years. They were actually making it to where they're allowed to get out in the community so much that they would have their own place. They didn't have to have somebody taking care of them. 20, like how I was doing the 24/7 when they were in the homes for the reason that they would not take medicine or whatnot, and still allow them to be in the community without having that safeguard that they are taking their medicine and whatnot, which I found was kind of the wrong thing. And they ended up reducing a lot of the mental health resources that especially my county, there wasn't but a couple of places anyway that were helpful. But I think that really mental health should be a priority. It shouldn't be like a second or third necessity. It should be one of the top priorities right there with the physical health care. Hi, Earth Care. It's good to see you. Wow, from the Philippines. Welcome, welcome. Oh, wow, Joy.
Yeah, and I don't like to break up against not talking political, but people keep saying that, things are worse, things are worse. Well, maybe, but also you have got media right in your hands 24/7. It's just, it's just so available to you. And it didn't used to be like that. And sometimes I think the media plays in to a lot, these school shootings, they seem to come. And then the media plays it up, and then the next guy thinks, well, I wonder if I could get by with this? What would happen if I tried this? And I think people get ideas from the media. Sometimes I just wish we didn't have to see all that. They wouldn't play it up so much.
Yeah, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I don't think highly of the news anymore. There's
Mm-mm.
just too many times that they've made mistakes, and it's not in the best interest to be watching it. To me, it's more about the people researching for themselves what they, to find the truth. Because there are times that the media, whether they mean to or not, withhold certain information that turn their stories around on them. When they're making these stories, there's falsehood in some of the things they say. And I don't like it. So I stopped watching the news.
Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you. I can't stand the news anymore. It got to a point where I will literally be depressed if I just watch the news.
Yeah, and it increases my anxiety. I mean, I'm just seeing it.
But
and
yeah,
this is coming from someone that used to watch the news every night, before. That was kind of, I guess, my white music my white sound, sorry, as I would go to bed, and I just can't do it anymore.
Your mind focuses in on that, and you begin obsessing about it, and if you're empathic to any degree, you just start feeling what others are feeling, and you don't even know them. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think mental health, along with physical health, should be a priority. And it shouldn't be a secondary thing. Like if you go into the ER for whatever reason, I know they ask questions, but sometimes I don't think they necessarily, in certain situations, ask the right questions. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
Because all the time they'll ask questions that I already know in the back of my head. It's mainly about depression. Are they wanting to hurt somebody, like themselves or somebody else? And I'm like, at that moment, it would be no. In my mind, I have been so depressed. I have had, thoughts about myself, never about anybody else, just myself. And they should make the questions a little different to broaden it out a little bit, so it's not just for that moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, I think doctors really, and it could just be more or less their bedside manner, because I've had some doctors where I'm just like looking at them going, are you kidding me? Did that stuff really just come out of your mouth and you're getting paid really well to do this? I mean,
yeah.
Unfortunately, they may be really good doctors, quote unquote, but their bedside manner is just horrible.
Yeah. Nurses too. I've had a nurse. I was sick. I had a gallbladder attack. my gallbladder was shutting down, and I had cyst on my ovary, and they were big enough that they were concerned it would turn into cancer. So they were going to have they're going to have me do emergency surgery, but before that, they were going to have to make me drink that stuff for CT scans. That ugly,
like the ink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know exactly what you mean.
And at the time, you got to think, I've been, puking all day. I can't keep nothing down. There is no possible way that is going to go in my stomach. There's no way I can swallow that.
Yeah.
And this person was a smart aleck. Like, they finally got, after about 4 or 5 times of poking me to get a vein, because I was dehydrated too. She finally was able to pop in the IV port some medicine for me to be able to actually drink that stuff to keep me from
Oh my God.
making it come back up.
They didn't give you Zofran or anything?
I think right then they had that's when they didn't give it to me before either. That's what made me mad. Yeah. Because while I was there, I probably puked about 5 times while I was there.
Oh my God. That should have been the first thing they gave you.
And they gave me morphine. And I cursed the sink, and I cursed at her. I told her because she kept lying to me like, oh, this ain't going to hurt. This ain't going to hurt. Boy, that was the worst pain on top of the pain I was feeling ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, you tell me one more lie, I'm going to come up out of this bed. That was me and the morphine talking. That wasn't just me being calm and cool and collective being sick. I told her I was about to come out of that bed. And she's like, she waited a while and come back and apologize. I was like, I don't want no damn apology. Get out of my face.
Just fix me. Like, that's what I'm here for. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't give you Zofran, to at least make you stop puking. Did they do a, what are those called? The sonograms to find your vein?
Mm-mm.
They didn't do that either?
No. They poked me a good bit too.
Oh. Yeah, I would have left a nice review.
And I know exactly, to this day, I know that woman's name. And I feel so bad that I know it, but it sticks out in my mind because that's not the first time I had to run in with her. And one thing I do want people to understand, just because somebody has a mental disability doesn't make them inferior to you. It does not make it right for you to treat them like they're second best, or they're not a patient that you're not going to deal with, because they had me as a bulldog. I was their number one advocate. That person was like, I was on her butt. Like when I was working and taking care of somebody, and I was in the hospital with them to talk to the doctor, and then she'd come in and be a smart aleck. I'd be a smart aleck right back to her. Like, seriously, I was like their number one advocate. Otherwise, they would have been discharged for some stupid reason that was not the diagnosis, the right diagnosis. And that hospital has been bad about doing that because there wouldn't be nobody there to advocate for them.
Oh, see, that's sad.
And Wild Edibles had posted that her kindergarten child had a knife in his backpack. He was going to take it to school because there was another child in gym class that kept biting him on the belly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Mama Bear would have came out right then and there.
Oh yeah, I bite you back. Don't you bite him. That would have fixed him. Of
Yeah,
course, I might
right.
have gone to jail though. For biting a kid.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, that's the one thing I think out of the entire time that I was working in healthcare that I was just dealing with that one nurse and anybody that acted like her in any way. I was like more keen to watch what they were doing because I was
Mm-hmm.
just so ready to step in and say something. But that woman, it was funny at the very end of that shift, she left. She didn't even say bye to none of her patients or anything. And this other guy come in who was taking over for that nurse. And I was like, I ain't had time to finish this ink stuff and whatnot. And he's like, oh, girl, you're all right. Once you start, and I told him, and he's like, oh, you'll be fine. They'll be able to see everything they need to see. And I'm like, good. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think anyone finishes that stuff. That stuff is so nasty.
Like they gave me
Ah.
time limits on trying to chug that. Like you have to do it with certain amount within 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait about 5 minutes and drink some more until for about 10 minutes and keep doing it until it's almost like it waves of it coming down. So it's easier for them to see. But man, oh man, I was like, I didn't finish it. And I was freaking out. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. We got it.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that stuff is nasty though. Oh,
Oh, that's cool, Christina. I hope you have a good night.
wait, what's her final count?
Christina, before you leave, what's your final count?
Tell us, tell us.
On her page here, it says 1K, and maybe it was 6. I don't know how to tell exactly.
Yeah, she would be the only one that knew the exact amount of subscribers.
Yeah.
Hey, Christina. Oh, you hit 1010. That's cool.
Oh, good.
1010.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
definitely gonna stick.
I'm so happy for you, Christina. Maybe that will buffer a little bit. You may drop a couple, but I don't think you're going to drop like you did before. For sure. I hope you have a good night, Christina.
Good night, Christina.
Oh, a scratch on his face. I'm sorry, Wild Edible. But it's,
Now,
poor little kids going through that. But you know what? You still have it when you're an adult. There are still bullies, adult bullies out there. Aren't
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Fallen. Yeah.
I think adult bullies are worse than kid bullies because at least kids don't know any better. Well,
Yeah.
some I should say, but adult bullies are, oh man. I deal with one every day at work.
Really, I had one when I was at work. She wanted to tell me what to do.
Oh yeah.
I was miserable. You know, and if you're the quiet type, it's worse. You know, because they can. Oh, she's not going to do anything. I can get by with this. You're kind of quiet and you don't really make waves.
Yeah. I've gotten to where I used to be really shy. I'm still kind of shy. And a lot of times I would get bullied for what I try to stand up and say. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I started doing YouTube, is being able to put my opinion out there in for myself in a safe way, and make sure that my point gets across. And like I've said before, when it comes to certain situations, especially, I'm not going to blast people. I'm going to tell the situation. I'm going to explain what, like there was a situation before where like people were attacking me on Twitter out of the blue. And then I would say what it was, but I would never put anybody's name in it because it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
And I stand up to people in my own way to make sure people know I'm not taking your shit. You can try your best. And there has been times that I've trolled people that were trying to troll me. If that makes sense.
Yep. I've done that.
Kind of like give them a taste of their own medicine, because like it's bad enough being teased because of how I look, or being picked on for something like that. That's I'm kind of used to. But when you keep coming at me and try to play mind games with me, I stop that shit in a heartbeat. I will stop talking to that person at all because of the way that things have rolled before with me. I'd rather shut down communication, and if it becomes a problem, yeah, I'll do a wing talk on it. Now, but most of my life, I always got bullied into being quiet. Like be seen but not heard type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just not something that I would, recommend anybody, because then all that anger and being upset turns towards me. I don't like feeling that way anymore. I'd rather let it come out, let me talk my situation out, and let me tell my resolve. And if people do want to talk shit about me, if it gets back to me, I mean, it's one of those things I'm going to have to address. But it shows who the better person is, how you perceive yourself and how you perceive others, having the respect to not go out there and call people out or make fun of them on social media. I mean, there has been people that have been doing that, and I'm not going to lie about it. And for somebody who doesn't pick on people to the point of hurting people's feelings and talking behind people's backs in a negative way like that, why would you come at me like that? I'm not going to be bullied into silence either. And adult bullies, I mean, some of them are sneakier than kids.
Oh,
By far,
absolutely.
I can already tell you, growing up being bullied, they're a lot freaking sneakier too.
Yep.
I confronted somebody in it was a small live stream the other day. And she's like, what? Is she talking about me? And, well, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking to you. I just told her I heard what she said. She was talking about me, and I heard, I don't know what she's talking about. I just heard her. You know, you can't deny it. Everybody in there heard her. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. It really shows more her character than mine. So, but it's irritating.
Yeah.
Call her out, and she's like, oh, whatever. I don't even know what she's talking about. When you just said it. You know?
Well, sometimes you have to wonder what the heck they're thinking anyway. You know, I mean, sometimes they might think, oh, the chat is zooming by so fast. Nobody caught that, you know, but that's why, I mean, even modding, sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
When you see people in the chat, it's like two or three people on panel. I mean, I've not done anything to her.
Yeah, that sucks.
They got mad over something I said, and somebody else, they were doing a fundraiser thing, and everybody kind of got, and I said, well, just remember what we're here for. You know, and it was, they spoke up and they said, well, they were just having fun or something. I can't even remember what they said, but I didn't say anything back, you know. And then later, well, I blasted it at Melanie. I blasted back at it. Well, good. And you hear that in somebody else's chat, and they don't know you're there. You heard them.
Yeah. That's why you take screenshots.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's one of the things that have saved my butt so many times. Like, you know, either getting back to creators or anything, like, hey, you know, you gotta watch out for this person. This is what was said.
Yeah, well.
But that brings me back to the point that I was telling Colin, is
for me,
how do you moderate it?
I'm the type that will, because I am a moderator for a lot of people, I have went to people and said, look, there's a situation going on in the chat I didn't like, and I'll explain, and I'll show, if I have to show screenshots, I do. And I'm like, as a moderator, what the hell do I do next, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't want to overstep my bounds as a moderator, but in the same sense, I'm like, I know what, in general, what this host wants. And like I've said before, a host have different reasonings or different ways of doing things. Like some are just out and open. You can say whatever you want to. And then there are some that are more specific, like don't talk about this. Don't let people pick on somebody and it be a mean pick. And then you have to kind of use your judgment on that.
Yeah.
Then you've got people that are like, just follow strictly by YouTube guidelines. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. And so I do have to go a lot of times to the host of the channel and ask, can you clarify this? Because this is what's being said. And I see a problem with that. And usually, like the next time that they come in and they do the same thing, like I may have to put them in timeout, or, you know, some people are like, I don't want to put up with the BS, just boot them the next time.
Yeah.
So, but I've noticed that bullies are just, as an adult, they get really sneaky. That's the main thing. They try to be sneaky But people don't realize things get back to the people that you're talking bad about really quickly.
Yep.
Hi, Tonic again.
Yeah, they.
And hi, Kenneth. Welcome to the stream. That's awesome, Wild Edibles. I hear crickets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I tell you that the society and the way things are, I don't know. It's just there's so much anxiety. I mean, you don't. I don't know. There's not many people that don't have it these days, or have dealt with it. Anxiety and depression. So it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah. Hi, Miss Monty P. Welcome to the stream. I'm probably going to go ahead and shut this down. Let me see who's actually live still. Because I know I've been on here a little bit longer than I probably should have. But it's okay. I'm sitting here enjoying everybody's company. It's the Midnight Madness. Anything and everything can be talked about. Now, my last Midnight Madness was wild. I'm telling you. I had like 7 people up on the panel.
Oh yeah, that was with Ghost Dog, right?
It was on, like, it was with Irish Whiskey. Melanie was in the panel. Hannah ended up coming to visit. And then there's Ghost Dog and Colleen and Awesome Epic. And then Ghost Mafia ended up coming in at the end, near the end.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
it got wild. We did try an experiment, which I thought was pretty interesting. Never had it done it before, but what we done was we had 3 different people, 3 different spirit boxes, all going at the same time. And what was weird was on the panel, it shows a box of who's actually talking. Everybody else got quiet, and whoever's box was going off would highlight. And between 2 different people, it sounded like the same, almost the same spirits were coming through 2 different people's boxes.
Oh wow.
And they're in 2 different states. I mean, Ghost Dogs was coming through, and then you had Eddie and Jen coming through, bouncing back and forth off of each other. It was amazing.
Huh. Is it still up?
Yeah, it's 6.5 hours long though.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you would have to kind of fish around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What I will do is when I get done with this one, I'm going to go to that one, get some timestamps for you guys, and I'm going to pin that to my comments.
Oh, awesome.
Or I might just add it to the description so you guys can see. You might want to see just like the spirit box session where with the 3 going on at the same time. I've never done that before. I never thought that would actually work.
That's pretty
worked.
cool.
I was surprised.
I definitely want to catch that.
That is kind of fascinating.
Yes, it was Beth Plant. It was a crazy live stream. And hence Midnight Madness, you never know what's going to happen when. And the things that we talk about might be a little crazy, or it might be a little bit calmer. And I do want to say I'm very proud of Christina for hitting her mark. Not once, but twice. YouTube done their thing and knocked her down earlier tonight. Well, about 8 o'clock, technically last night. And so we had to get her right back up to where she needed to be at. And I'm happy to say that she's at 1,010 at the moment.
Yeah, Joy, that was awesome. Your husband coming to me.
Joy and Joy's daughter Hannah were able to make a connection with a past loved one. I think it was Joy's husband.
Aww.
And with me, I mean, I learned to kind of disconnect my emotions because I'm so keen on hearing. Sometimes I focus differently. And so while everybody's having an emotional point, I'm sitting there kind of like, stopped. And it's because I'm focused and I'm still trying to hear what is being said through the spirit boxes. And it's not that I was, I wanted to, but I learned if I get emotional trying to listen, I cannot hear that well.
Yeah.
It's almost like my emotions block me. So I try not to get upset when I'm trying to listen. And I know that seems like I'm kind of heartless. No, it's not that. I'm still focused on what I was needed to focus on.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I was not trying to be emotional or being a BU or anything like that. I was focused on what was being said because everybody's reacting to something that's said that I'm not hearing, okay? But I heard other underlying things that were being said that would have matched with what was being said that you guys could hear.
Gotcha.
And I am going to use an audio clip of that. What I might end up doing is clipping that part to do a Spirit Whisper series, if it's okay with Joy and Hannah, where I can actually tell you what I hear. Because that's one thing that I haven't done in a while is be able to transcribe what is being said in the spirit boxes. I used to do that all the time. I slowed down a lot because I'm so focused on interacting with other people, not just with the spirits, but interacting with other people in general. And my biggest thing is I don't just hear the positive, the light, the good. I hear also the bad. But in hearing the bad, sometimes that can be used as a tool to help others. It could be a warning. It could be something that is, the spirits are warning about something to come. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's evil right then and there in the spirit box, and people don't understand that. It's a good point to make about emotions because we feel spiritual more than we hear them without the spirit box. And I think that's true. If you kind of take the emotion out of it, you're able to focus a heck of a lot more if you have gifts, if you're trained yourself to listen for what you can hear on the spirit box, or even not hear it. If you have the gift of hearing, if you kind of disconnect your emotions a little bit and focus on it, you'd be able to get more out of it. Your emotions sometimes tend, especially heartfelt ones or even negative ones, it blocks you where you can't hear it at all. And it gets aggravating. But yeah, but yeah, if you guys want to check it out here in a little bit, I will be posting different timestamps for the last live stream on the different aspects of what was going on. So if you just wanted to just see that part of the video, because it is 6.5 hours long, guys. I do not expect somebody to sit there and actually be focused on watching a past live stream for 6.5 hours. I'm not going to sit there and watch 6.5 hours of stuff. So I don't expect you guys to.
Yeah, Todd, that's not good. Bury your emotions where you don't feel anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we're not made that way. Human beings are not made that way.
And I'm usually one of the most emotional people that there is. And when there's such a heartfelt thing, and I'm not emotional, I know people looked at me kind of weird, like, what's wrong with her? There wasn't, I mean, I was probably the only one that had no tears at that moment. And I felt bad. But in the same sense, I'm sitting there focusing, and that's the one thing about having gifts. You tend to stand out more. You tend to focus differently. And sometimes you might not have the same reactions as everybody else does. And Todd's right. It is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Beth said, haunted Erica, LOL. And Beth said, well, I can't see her, so we're even.
Whoops.
Well, I think everybody's kind of tripped out, gone to bed, the ones that I subscribe to. So there's no chance of a raid tonight. Dang it. Yeah, Joy, I'm not the type of person that I wanted to actually let you guys know that I was not meaning to be that way, and I know everybody else was teary-eyed and interactive, but see, my brain goes one track when that spirit box is on, because as everybody else is talking, I can still hear the voices going on, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something that would have been detrimental for you guys to hear. And yes, even Ghost Dog was crying. And so when I get really like into focusing and concentrating on what's going on, I'm not going to show emotion. It's almost like I disconnect my emotions from what I'm doing at the time. That now, after this whole ordeal happened on Sunday night, I did go back and tear up because of what happened, because I was not focusing on what was being said. But I wanted to explain that because I know a couple people have asked me, that was an emotional moment. Where were your emotions at? I was like, well, they got kicked out the door about 10 minutes before that started happening, you guys. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Joyce Sumter. I'm thankful that being on the live stream, we were able to help you connect with him. But that was a really cool thing. Muggsy said the weirdest thing just happened to me. I was standing in my kitchen drinking a glass of water and something just breathed down my neck. This ain't the first time it happened. Yeah, sometimes, and I hate that it's like that, Todd, but sometimes the people that have learned to disconnect are the easiest ones to keep the level head in emergencies, and they're the ones that people kind of look to help kind of lead them out of any kind of situation. And it's not being heartless, it's being real, trying to deal with that specific situation first. Then it's almost like I'll fall apart later. I've had to do that in emergencies where I was working at the time. Like, I would deal with what was going on right then. It was detrimental to keep my head in the situation. But then after the situation went away and I got everything done that I needed to go with it, I sat there and cried. I would literally sit there and cry for like 20 minutes and then calm down, and then I'd be fine. And Libra's right. That actually would be the hardest thing to do. But don't ever look at yourself as being heartless. You were focused on what you had to do at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm not the only one that tends to be that way. Focus on the situation at hand and fall apart later. Are you still there, Erica?
I'm here. I'm just listening. I can't relate to that. Everyone knows how I feel if I feel it. I'm the biggest crybaby, or I tend to show my emotions a little too much.
With me, my emotions go all over the place. And I mean, everybody will know if I'm pissed off, and you're going to know it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it gets really serious, like with Ghost Dog, I never hide my emotions with him, and I probably should at times. But most of the time, I never hide my feelings. Now, if there's something seriously wrong, like when my dog passed, Miracle passed.
Oh.
She was my best friend, and I had her for over 10 years, and she was there through some of the hardest times I ever had. And I'd done a wing talk on what had happened to her, because that situation was kind of bizarre in itself. In the wing talk, I think it's episode 4 of the wing talk, I talk about how she passed. And in a way, it was eerily beautiful is how I would describe it, because up until the end, she just didn't want to let go until she knew that I would be okay and my family be okay. And that, when I talk about that, I'm using that as an example. I did not actually go and run and tell Ghost Dog what had happened. He ended up seeing it on Twitter where I posted out to everybody. And he kind of was like, I'm your best friend. You consider her a family member. And I feel like, in a way, just, trying to encourage me to let him know. And I just,
Oops.
you okay?
Yeah. It's my cats. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. But I mean, when something really bad, serious happens, I tend to try not to be emotional. But most of the time, if I get really pissed off, everybody's gonna know I'm pissed off. But when something real happens, I usually don't want to come out and talk about it much.
Yeah. I mean, when something touches you that deeply, it's kind of hard to open up, you know?
Yeah.
I can definitely understand that. I mean, when my dad passed away, I didn't feel like talking. I just kind of just sat there and thought to myself for a really long time. It took me a long time to be able to talk about it. So I can definitely understand.
And Beth Plant says it can be tough when people look to you to hold it together when you really just want to fall apart.
Hmm.
There has been so many times that
Yes.
I felt like falling apart, and I noticed that wouldn't do me any good right then and there. And it's almost like some people are like, I just want to see you break down. And of course, me being a stubborn ass, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to let somebody see me get that way. If it's a serious enough situation, it's almost like like I said before, disconnect myself. So that way I don't get that way until everything calms down.
Yeah.
And I think that is true, Libra. The military trains you psychologically to harden you because of the battlefield to do your job, but the consequences of that are devastating. I would have to agree. Being in the military is not easy. And they have to be hard on you, especially in boot camp, to show you what it's like. Even just a little snippet of what it's like, or it could be like out on the field.
It's okay to be angry, Todd. It's okay.
And it's perfectly fun to be angry.
That's a human emotion. We all get angry. So don't feel guilty about that.
But yeah, definitely with people being, like we were talking back before about bullies and stuff. For me, the best thing for me to do is try to find a way out to be able to show my opinion, tell my opinion, and still be respectful, but tell it like it is on how I see it. Um, and be able to explain my side of things without people having to be too nosy and try to know everything about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I say too nosy because there have been people DM me, who you talking about? Did I say I was going to tell any names? I would have told it on YouTube or I would have told it on Twitter. You
Yeah.
know? And the biggest thing people need to understand is don't ever assume it's somebody, because you will always end up assuming the wrong thing 99% of the time. Oh, wow, Todd.
Sorry to hear that, Joy. It's very painful to see somebody in the family have to deal with that.
Yeah, a lot of times when soldiers come back home, they turn to a lot of different things to try to forget what they've seen overseas, out in the fields.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't get the help they need. They don't get the medical help they need. And that's not fair.
That's not.
It's not fair.
Yeah, I definitely think that the military, anybody who serves for the military, I don't care if they're the cook, in the band, whoever, they definitely need to have free healthcare.
Yes.
How that's not a thing, I have no idea, but that's just absurd to me. I mean, these people have done so much, and, the least we could do is make sure that they're taken care of for the rest of their lives medically.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. And that's true, wild edibles. Sometimes in trying to be able to forget using all this other stuff, it just comes out even more. It
Yeah.
tends to stand out more, and it's not. It just to me, it makes things worse. And there's not enough education to help them somewhat cope with what they've dealt with.
Yeah.
There should be kind of a program, just like there's the boot camp going into it. There should be some kind of program to help them get back in the swing of things back here when they do get done with their tours and whatnot. That would be one of my biggest suggestions.
That's a really good idea.
I mean, not like what people call halfway houses and all that stuff, nothing like that, but there should be some kind of program and support groups and things that are readily available when they get home. That's true, wild edibles. And I'm really sorry, Beth, that you had to deal with that. I know that had to have been really hard, Beth. That's true, Wild Edibles. I'm just sitting here just scanning through as quick as I can. I'm trying not to like.
Yeah, but I think it's
And
good to have a talk like this every once in a while. People need to get their feelings out.
Yeah. And I think Todd's right. There should be some kind of program where veterans that have actually been pretty successful in being able to come back into the swing of things back here at home should be able to reach out and be able to talk to another veteran that is just now coming home.
That's another really good idea too, because that way, it's someone who's been in their shoes.
Yeah. And they should, a veteran that has been there before should be able to, be able to like sit down and say, well, here's this and this number for if you just need to straight out talk to somebody. There are numbers that you can call for this and this problem if you need help at all, or you just want to talk to somebody. They're there. It should be able to be an all-around support group. Kind of reteach them how to be a part back, because I know there's a lot of people in the military that feel disconnected from the family once they get back home, especially those that have had a real hard time overseas doing their tours.
Mm-hmm.
Very sorry about that, Beth. I know it's not. You never get over losing a parent. Never. You can't replace them. It's just your siblings. And I'm sorry you had to go through it like that. And here the holidays are coming up, guys. That makes it.
Yeah. I think having the memories, especially the good memories of those that have passed, will actually make it to where that's, their memories are never going to die. They're not going to be forgotten because you're remembering what they were like when they were around. And for me, I feel like their energy is around you even if their body's gone. I still feel like energy is around. They're still around some way, shape, or form.
My mom had dementia before she passed, but we could sort of talk her into doing things we needed her to do. But there was one thing that the guy that did her funeral that sort of brought me comfort after it was over. After she passed, he said, well, she now has a clear mind. And that gave me comfort. My mom was valedictorian of her class and everything like that, was always loved children. She worked in daycare and taught Sunday school since she was a teenager. And so I don't know, it's just hard to have a parent. She never got mean or anything. She didn't go that far, but anybody that has to deal with that, that's kind of a difficult thing. But that was something that was very comforting to me to know that she was back to herself and she no longer couldn't remember things. She was back to being who she was.
Hi, Ray the fam. It's good to see you. Oh, that's weird. My hand turned into presents in the background. That's kind of cool. Good morning, Belinda. It's good to see you.
Hi, Belinda. We've been in here chatting a while.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Unless the people that have been in the military, they may not know the exact circumstances. The families kind of need to understand that how difficult it is that they've had to deal with, but of course they can't say nothing because sometimes they are restricted to what they can say when they get back home. They can't say anything about missions usually, and they can't really explain the horrors, especially when they first get home. It's really fresh. It's almost like they would have to relive it. So there's that touchy subject. Unless it's a veteran that is been there per se, the family's not going to necessarily understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Hi, Kill Hut. It's good to see you.
Oh, Kill Hut's in here. Hey,
Yeah.
Kill Hut. It's Erica. Hi, fam. He's like, who?
Yes, we have Erica Thorpe on the panel too. She doesn't have her video going. She's just sitting here chatting with us via microphone. And one thing you do have to realize, Todd, I know, even as hard as it may sound and it may sound cruel, you did everything you could to help him. And it was his choice. So, I mean, don't ever think it's your fault. Even though you might still think it is, don't ever think it's your fault. Because it was his choice to do that. And if you were in that situation again, I know you would try your best to help him. Sometimes things get so deep that it's hard to snap people out of it. Very true, Wild Edibles.
Beth, I'm from North Carolina too.
Yep, you got two people from there.
Well, guys, I'm going to go to bed. Gotta wake up in 4.5 hours to go
Oh
to
no.
work. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll catch you guys though. Thank you so much, Falling, for letting me up on panel.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thank you for coming up. I'm very happy that you were able to get up here.
Yeah, now next time I'm gonna have my laptop in front of me so I can see what you guys are all talking about.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
All right. Nice meeting you, Melanie, and
Nice
we'll
meeting you
talk
too.
later.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye, Erica.
Beth out of Winston-Salem area.
Well, this has been pretty interesting night. Well, just cracked my neck and it felt better.
Yeah, mine just, somebody's mine and it snapped. It's sitting here.
I've had to go to a chiropractor a couple times, and they don't like manually use like using their hands to put your spine back in place. They use like this little prong thing, and it taps on certain spots on your spine to get your back right back in alignment. And for me, that's, that was the best thing for me. But the thing is, now I've had to have it done so much on my neck, it likes to pop a lot more.
I know what you're talking about, Fallen. I've had one of those used.
Oh, no problem, Erica. Anytime. And that's why I always welcome people to come up on panels with me, because I usually, you know, I know there's a lot of people that are like, no, I don't want anybody up here. I'm not like that. I want to be able to have a good conversation, have some fun, get to know people, and sometimes being on panel, I mean, it helps people out. So that's just me.
A slumber party. Yeah, it does feel like somewhat like a slumber party.
Yeah, it's almost like a slumber party, just chilling and talking.
Yeah, way I've been sitting here for a while. I'm getting a little tired, ready to lay down. I think my arm over here is going to sleep. Better wake it up. It'll keep me awake all the rest of the night.
Awesome, Belinda. I appreciate that. Yeah, Beth, I kind of would like, if you know people that go to live streams regularly, definitely put out there that there are people being doppelgangers, I guess you could say. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, next time somebody needs to bring beer. Using Beth's name. Oh,
I'm kind of back. It's like 20 to 5 here, and families are already waking up, moving
well,
around. And they
this,
don't necessarily like being on camera, so I kind of have to keep the video off for right now.
it is. It's getting close to 5 8. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna really stink because I tend to, on a daily basis, think about changing. How am I going to change my avatar and that sort of thing on my channel? So it'd be kind of hard for people to know um, if it's going to be the real, the real fallen angel that everybody knows or not. Charles, I mean, it seems like trolls are getting unique in what they're doing. And that is really scary. Francis ended up closing the stream that night because of the situation. And you're right, Todd. My advice to anyone who has mental health issues, please get help if you need it. I cannot stress that enough. Reach out to somebody, talk to a doctor. Make sure you talk to somebody that would be able to help you, even if it's just to listen. Maybe they can help you get to a number that can tell you resources. Anything. As long as you open up to somebody, you're going to be able to get the help that you need. And you're not alone in that either. In Libra, I would have to agree. She says, I felt like that scene from The Breakfast Club when they talked about everything in the loft tonight.
Yeah.
That is crazy. How can I hate how people can go behind a keyboard and try to say things that are not, that try to act like somebody like actually cloning that channel. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. I'm back for a little bit. I do have to agree with you, Wild Edibles. When you do get the help, it seems like you have to tell your story 1,000 times before you really get to your therapist. And to him, it may feel degrading. But the thing is, don't let yourself just stop. Be determined to get to that therapist and be able to talk to him. I know it may feel degrading, but the thing is, it's not your fault what you've had to go through. The therapy will help you. And why does everybody need to know the story? I have no clue because myself personally, never had to go to a therapist, but I've seen people having to tell the same story over and over again as to why they're there, what they're having to do, all that stuff. And to me, you are a stronger person if you get help and reach out. You're not weak by far. Yeah, Francis has been through the ringer when it comes to trolls. I mean, I don't know if Melanie's been in her live streams or not, but she has been dealing with a heck of a lot of just different things. And I'm like, who the hell do these people think they are going into streams like that? And she's not done anything wrong for somebody to do that. At least not,
I was in there a few minutes tonight, listening to karaoke, and she had several come in, and she said, somebody's sending them here. I'm going to find out who it is. But live streams, they come in. I don't think anybody's sending them in. I didn't say anything. I didn't stay that long.
how are you holding up? Hi, Wolfie in the pack. And Joy, I think she done that because that way she can tell the difference between who's the actual person and a troll. So not only that, the other moderators will know who to go to and hide them. I think I understand you to a point, Wild Edibles. You don't want to just stop at what the therapy that you're supposed to be in is meant for. You want to make sure that all the health is looked at, not just that one little aspect. Oh, that's awesome, Libra. Having a cup of coffee, thinking of a movie to watch, and I'm fixing to get me a cup of coffee, wind down, try to go to sleep. Caffeine usually doesn't affect me as much as it used to. I drank a cup of coffee, I was bouncing off the walls. Now it's just like I could drink it like it's just like almost like water. It doesn't really affect me like it used to. How are you holding up, Melanie?
Pretty good. I'm getting sleepy.
You'll drone it to me, Libra. That would be cool. Meow. Have all my cats hissing at the thing. But yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and shut it down, you guys. All very true, Wild Edibles. That's not even right for them to be picking on Christina. Christina's a good woman. She works hard for what she does on her channel, and she's just a really sweet person. For anybody that wants to pick on her, they better come to me because I will talk to them.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of caffeine either, Eric. I just try to stay away from it. But every once in a while.
Don't get me regular monsters, like 3 of them back to back, because I am a bundle of nerves. Like, you give me 3 of those, I'm going to be bouncing off the walls and I'll be like just wired. I've done that one time, made a mistake, and because it tasted to me like almost like a Mountain Dew, but it had an herbal type taste to it. And I cleaned like almost the entire house, almost top to bottom. And then I went into crash mode, and that was the worst feeling. Well, at least I know it doesn't make her disappear.
I don't know why anybody would pick on Christina. It's just, well, she got along with anybody.
Yeah. And I hope everybody has a good night, good morning, get your cup of coffee, start your day.
We'll go to bed.
Or go to bed. It's whichever, but I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. You guys have a really good day. And just remember, you never know what's out there until you spread your wings and fly. And thank you, Melanie, for coming up on panel with me.
You're welcome.
Hi, Eddie and Jen.
Oh, it's Eddie.
Well, Eddie, I think he's probably working. You caught me at the last minute, Eddie. I hope y'all have a good day. Talk to y'all later.
Good night or morning, whichever.